Hey everyone, and welcome! Today we're diving deep into something really cool, ArangoDB. It's this unique database that's built to handle documents, graphs, and key value pairs, all in one single powerful engine. Pretty wild, right? So let's just jump right in. So let me ask you something. Have you ever found yourself juggling a bunch of different databases just for one project? Seriously, it's a classic headache. You've got your user profiles living in a document store, maybe a social network in a graph database, and then your session data is over in a key value store. Trying to manage all of that and make them talk to each other, it gets so complicated so fast. But what if you could just have one multi-tool that handles all your data? You know, like a Swiss Army knife for your database needs. That's the whole idea behind a multi-model database, like ArangoDB. It's designed to be that one super versatile tool for all these different jobs. Okay, so where did this whole idea come from? This mission for simplicity? To really get what ArangoDB is all about, we've got to go back to the beginning to its founding principles. So let's rewind a bit. ArangoDB was first launched way back in 2011 over in Germany. And right from day one, their mission was super clear and honestly pretty ambitious. Unify all these different data models into one database. But, and this is the important part, they wanted to do it without the usual trade-offs. No sacrificing performance and no making it a nightmare to use. So how in the world does ArangoDB actually pull this off? I mean, how can one database be a master of so many different models? Well, the secret? It's all in its core architecture. See, at its very heart, ArangoDB natively, and I mean natively, supports three models. First, you've got a flexible JSON document store. Then there's a true graph model, where vertices and edges are treated like first-class citizens. And finally, you have super fast key value access. But here's the kicker. These aren't just separate systems that are kind of bolted together. No, they are fundamentally integrated into one single storage engine. That's the magic right there. And the key that unlocks this whole thing? It's called AQL, the Arango Query Language. Honestly, you can think of it like a universal translator for your data. It lets you write a single, powerful query that can seamlessly pull in and combine data from all three models. So for example, you could write one query that says, hey, find all the users in my customer's document collection who live in New York, then jump over to the social graph to find all their friends and just give me all of that back. See? One fluid query. No more writing complicated glue code to stick everything together. Okay, so when you have this unified engine and this one awesome query language, well, that opens up some absolutely incredible possibilities. Let's take a look at some of the powerful features this architecture makes possible. This unified approach really unlocks some serious capabilities. I mean, the ability to do joins across different data models, that is a total game changer. You also get native graph traversals, which are perfect for finding those complex, hidden relationships. There's even a built-in microservices framework called Fox. And of course, it has all the essentials for scaling up, like clustering and sharding to spread your data across multiple servers. Plus, it plays really nicely with all the modern tools we use today, like Kubernetes for container management and GraphQL for building flexible APIs. All right, that's the tech. But where does the rubber meet the road? Let's talk about how this all comes together in real-world applications. The practical applications, this is where ArangoDB's strengths really shine. Things like knowledge graphs and recommendation engines, they're a totally natural fit because they depend on combining rich data entities with the complex relationships between them. It's also fantastic for building advanced content management systems and for handling the just insane amounts of metadata that come from IoT systems. Which brings us to a really important question. I mean, in a world with hundreds, if not thousands, of databases out there, what truly gives ArangoDB its competitive edge? Well, the difference is pretty stark when you put them side by side. On one hand, you've got the old siloed approach, juggling multiple databases, writing tons of complex glue code to sync them up, and dealing with constant headaches. But on the other hand, you have the unified approach that ArangoDB offers. One query language for everything, total flexibility in how you model your data, and a relentless focus on simplicity and performance. So when you boil it all down, ArangoDB's competitive edge really rests on three core pillars. First, the sheer power of having a unified query language with AQL. Second, the flexibility to model your data however your application actually needs it. And third, a real commitment to a strong open source core. All of this leads us to a final, much bigger question. As our applications get more and more complex, more interconnected, does having a specialized database for every single little task still make sense? Or is the future of data truly unified? That's definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for tuning in.